Hey guys, it's TC here, back with another episode of TC Talks, and I know it's a little bit strange to see me wearing a mask yet again, and what is this microphone? Well, I have been utilizing my station that I work at really quickly to try to record, get some of that better audio I was talking about for you. I finished all my work currently, and all I got to do is just monitor some stuff really quickly, so if I'm glancing over this way or glancing over that way, it's either because I'm reading a stat or I'm continuing to do my job and just kind of speak to you guys as I'm doing it. So hopefully that's not going to be too much of a downer for you, but if it is, oh well, I'm sorry. I tried my best, and we're going to continue to try our best. But at the end of the day, let's get into the content. So we're going to talk about Chicago baseball, and while the Cubs and the Sox are playing right now, the Sox up 1-0 in the bottom of the third, and the Cubs looking like they're going to get stomped again 5-1 in the fifth inning currently. So hopefully Chicago's able to turn it around on the north side, but those Southsiders, hopefully they pull off another victory. So let's highlight last game that happened for Chicago. Sorry, my coworker came in, guys. But the last game for Chicago, both teams. So the Cubs got stomped, as you know. The Pirates looked like an all-star team against the Cubs, outscoring the Cubs over 10-1 in that game. And nobody on Chicago looked good pitching or hitting wise. And, honestly, for the Cubs, it's like beating a dead horse at this point. They're losing again today 5-1. They're on a major losing streak. They broke it. They went straight back to losing again. And now it seems like there's going to be a continuous losing streak for the Cubs yet again. So, honestly, this Cubs team needs to turn something around coming up in this stretch for the team. And additionally, beyond that, the Cubs got to think about what they're going to be doing, not only just before the trade deadline, but also when it comes to next season, because obviously this season not turning out as well as Chicago hoped. And honestly, that comes down to a number of things. Obviously, it's a rebuilding year, or it's not a rebuilding year as the ownership would say. It's a restructuring year, whatever. So the Cubs obviously going through a transitional period. We'll say that. And honestly, at the end of the day, there's some highlights in there. Wisdom is a hit or miss guy, but he's one of those guys that's going to carry the Cubs over these next few seasons. So he's going to be one of those guys that's probably just going to stay until he can't anymore. He's going to finish his time in Chicago. He's not a great guy, but he's a carrier for the team. Additionally, you got Seiya Suzuki, who's going to be, somewhat of the future of this franchise. They say, they're not looking until 2027, which is 5 years from now, when Seiya Suzuki is going to be 32, which, hey, Ichiro Suzuki is still throwing pretty hard up there in age. So who's to say he can't play well into his 40s? Who knows? But regardless of that, he's going to be 32 by the time that the Cubs are saying they're going to be competitive again. So maybe he's not even the face of the Chicago franchise when they're good. Maybe he's just another transitional guy, which is unfortunate because he has a lot of talent. So hopefully they either utilize that, or maybe they use his talent and his potential and pick up some draft capital or get some younger guys in there, some prospects or something, to be able to rebuild this team a little bit faster, because 5 years from now, you're going to be good. I mean, I understand maybe 3-4 years you're talking about being competitive again, but at least 5? I mean, because I misspoke before. It's not 5 years they think they're going to be competitive. They said 5 years they might start to be competitive. So that means that there could be 10, 15 years of baseball before Chicago even announces, oh yeah, we're out of that restructuring. What? What are you talking about? How is 5 years the ballpark beginning of being competitive? They're not saying World Series competitive. They're talking about playoff contention. So that's another level on top of it. It's not just that they're going to fail at winning a World Series. They're not even going to be they're barely going to be making the playoffs. This doesn't mean that they're going to be getting divisional round entries. They're saying that they're going to make the playoffs. So what does that mean? They could be a terrible wild card team, not even make it into the true playoffs as designed. They could be one of the wild card exit teams each year. And then what? If those teams fail repeatedly and don't ever get past that playoffs, is it another 10 to 15 years? Because it's kind of how it was in Chicago. You saw in 2008, they had a really good team, made the playoffs. They had a few years of making the playoffs on and off in the later 2000s, early 2010s, and nothing ever came of that. It took almost 10 years for them to rebuild and win a championship. So is that something we're going to see for Chicago going forward? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. But those Chicago White Sox, instead of stinking like the North Siders, they have actually found their swagger. And I think one of the catalysts for that is going to be Josh Harrison. Josh Harrison has been looking pretty good. And in fact, in that last game, you should rename that game Josh Harrison's game, because he got his first home run. He got an amazing stop up the middle at second base. And then to cap it all off, he got the closing out of the game. So I just found that to be a nice way to wrap that all up in a basket. Call it Josh Harrison's game, even though Andrew Vaughn, my boy, the guy that I told you would be the face of Chicago moving forward, 4 for 4, a home run, a two-bagger, everything for the cycle except for a triple, unfortunately. But with his speed in Chicago out there at Guaranteed Rate Field, yeah, he's probably not going to be getting that. So shout out to him. Great game. Amazing game for Lance Lynn as well. Shout out to him for going deep into the rotation or deep into the game again. So that bullpen got a little bit of a break. Lopez came in, shutdown was fantastic. So hopefully the Sox keep that winning streak going. Currently the bottom of the third, 1-0 right now. And honestly, for the Chicago White Sox, I know there's a lot of question marks with this team. Tony La Russa, is he part of the problem with Chicago? Is there some way to kind of fix that? What are the solutions to get this team above 500? And I think it obviously starts with the fact that Chicago's beat up yet again. Jimenez is down. There's a number of pitchers down, both in the bullpen and in the starting rotation. So it all comes down to the fact that while this is a very competitive team, still really beat up just like last year. And unfortunately, this team didn't have the same streak like last year, where there was a decent amount of time that most of the whole team was healthy. At this point, it's been on and off. Guys getting back on and off the injured reserve. In fact, Michael Kopech might not even go into this next start. He's seeming like he will, but at the same time, is he going to try to push it? Is this going to be too much, or is he actually ready and available? So if he doesn't get that start, if he has to go on the injured reserve, especially just coming off, that's going to hurt Chicago yet again, especially when Vince Velasquez just went into the injured reserve himself. So there's a lot of questions for this team, and I know a lot of people are saying, blame Tony, get him out of there, blah, blah, blah. What is any other manager going to do if you can't put players on the field? There's nothing that you could do to change that. Sure, you could trade. You could stop fidgeting with the lineup every now and then, like he tends to do. He tends to just, I'm going to change it up today. Obviously, if you want Chicago to succeed, Andrew Vaughn DHing works. 4 for 4 with a home run and a two-bagger, okay? He usually hits pretty good at the DH position. So leave him there. Let Jose Abreu play first base. Maybe put Gavin Sheets out there in right field or whatever. But I will say I prefer, as weird as it sounds, because Sheets is my guy, I much prefer, sorry, I got to do something really quick, but I much prefer the current lineup that they have with Pollock and Engel out there, because they actually provide the defense that they need out there. They have the speed and all that. And honestly, their contact has been pretty good. Engel, not a great hitter overall, I would say. Same with Pollock, not a fantastic hitter. But at the same time, they're able to produce. They're getting those hits that Chicago needs. Mendick being able to go in there as well, being able to come out strong. So that's fantastic. So that's exactly what we needed here in Chicago. Those Southsiders to have their players step up and start playing some good baseball, because it's been an unfortunate streak of weeks, unfortunately. We're over 60 games into the season now, and Chicago is still hunting for that 500 mark And it's not even like, 1 or 2 games back. It's been getting out of hand at times. And with this current winning streak, you just hope that they're able to continue it for a little bit. We saw the Astros the Braves, go on a 14-game winning streak. Chicago could definitely use something like that. Let me know if you think they have the capability to go on that 14-game win streak, despite the injuries, despite the on and off, cold and hot streaks that the White Sox are known for. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think that's possible. Give it a thumbs up if you guys have been enjoying the video. If you want to see more content, go check out the rest of our playlist. We have the TC Talks playlist right here for you, and we also have the Winner Circle playlist, which is an hour-long radio show that we record, put into video format for all you lovely viewers out here on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this program. Until next time, peace.
You've been listening to TC Talks, part of the Winner's Circle podcast group and TMT Productions and Media. Make sure to subscribe and tune into the next video. Thanks for watching.